Hi guys, this is Dr. Stewart, and I'm going to be teaching you guys about a little bit about Zotero today. So if you go to zotero.org, you can download Zotero for your Mac or for your PC. I already have it downloaded on mine, so we're good to go. I would also recommend to download the connector. It'll be a little plugin, just like this little guy up here. This allows you to save articles, be it scholarly articles or newspaper articles or whatever directly to your Zotero, and it automatically inputs all the metadata for that as well. You can also save YouTube videos and other videos, so it's great for classroom teachers or for if you're planning a course or if you have things that relate to each other in that way. It's really easy to save things. If you go to a page with a lot of information on it, say a library search page, this will turn into a file folder. For if you're using Chrome or something, I believe the plugin is over here. You may want to be careful with that because it'll download the information for every single file on that page. So just be careful with that. If you have the full PDF available on that page, it will download the PDF to your Zotero as well. And it won't be on your computer, it'll be in the Zotero cloud. Okay? So once you have Zotero open, this is kind of what it'll look like. Yours will be a little bit different because I have a lot of articles in mine. Yours will probably just have title and creator on there. Feel free to add whatever other tabs that you want via this. I'm actually going to take publisher off. And I highly recommend at least having year and publication, okay? This means that there is an attachment for it. If you have an open circle, it means that the attachment is not there. Okay, so you need to re-add it for whatever reason. This is your area where you can add folders. You can have subfolders. See, we have a new category there. The folders are great, but be sure if you do a search that you do it within the entire library. If you try and search, if you're clicked on a folder and you try and search within that folder, you may not be able to find what it is you're looking for. So always make sure that you go back up to my library. Okay, and if you have things in my library and you want to copy them over to something else, you can. It won't move them away from what you're working on. You can also drag and drop files from your computer directly into Zotero. So that's pretty much how I've gotten all of these on here before they had the plugin for Safari where you could save things directly from it. And then from here you can open up your actual articles and take a look at what you have. Okay, and it'll save all of your annotations and all of your highlighting and everything in there. All right, when you're using Zotero, you want to check your preferences. So general, make sure that all of these are checked. You want to be sure that you're automatically retrieving the metadata for those. Otherwise, it'll look just like a PDF and you have to right-click and gather the metadata. Much easier to just have it this way. And you also want to have the associated PDFs with it. As far as exporting, you can choose whatever form you want. I like APA 6th edition. That's what we use for all of my classes. So if you're in my class, please be sure and do that. For your citation, don't worry so much about this. But you do want to make sure that you download the Microsoft Word plugin. Okay, you'll have to restart Word after you do that, but you want to make sure that you have that because that'll make it really easy. I'm going to show you with the new one. If you like the classic, if this new one sort of confuses you, this add citation dialog, feel free to click this and use the classic citation dialog. It's up to you. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to use this in Word. So here we have a Word document stating that social constructivists argue that knowledge is co-created among peers. And then if you look up here, we're going to go to this Zotero tab. Now we want to cite this. So we don't need to put a open parenthesis or anything. We're going to come over here. And we know that Anmal had that. So we're going to, yep, that's the right one. So we'll put that in there. And then I also know that Cochrane also talked about social constructivists, so I'm going to add that one in there too. Okay, and then I just hit enter, and it automatically makes a citation for me. I had it on a different format earlier, so we'll just make sure that that's there. Okay? And then once I'm done writing this paper and I have all of my citations in here from Zotero, then I can come down here and make my references list. And if you just come right up here, we're going to add it, and it'll automatically put that in there for you. Okay? So this way you don't have to do any of the work. Now let's say you don't really like how it has this, you can't work within it, it's hard for you to delete things or whatever because it does kind of make it all hyperlinked and you don't care for that. That's no problem. You can also easily drag and drop citations from Zotero directly into Word. Okay? When it does this, for some reason it has the margins a little funky, so you just have to kind of mess with that. Just bring them over. Okay, but it'll automatically do that for you. It will not put them in alphabetical order, however, like it does with the add and edit bibliography. One thing that's really great about Zotero is the tags. So let's search for, again, we're searching in all of the library. So we're going to search for the article from this week. I can spell. So here you can see it's from a book. It knows that it's a book chapter, and we have our attached PDF. So here are the tags that I have for this, okay? So you can see that I can quickly look at this and say, oh, okay, I remember what that article was about. I remember that it was this overview. It's a historical overview. It's a theoretical piece, right? And it talks about all these great things. I can also click out of that, search for something. So let's say I'm writing a paper on digital literacies, okay, which I often do. So here I've got digital literacies and digital literacy. So let's see what I have for digital literacies. Okay, I've got a few articles like that. And then from there I can narrow it down even further. I have to click out of this and then I can say, oh, I want to do something on globalization. So then it'll give me this particular article. Make sure, however, though, you have to unclick these in order to get back to not having anything on there. So then make sure that you do that. You can also do that through here. You can deselect all. Okay. Otherwise, you'll be selecting within that particular tag. So here we're still in active literacy, and if I went into qualitative, right, then it puts me there, and then I can still search for things, but then if I wanted to go back to it, I can't. All right, so feel free to play around with this. It's a really great tool. It'll save you a ton of time. I know everybody hates doing references, but this is something that's really great for whatever you need to do. You can also edit the references within here. If you go into info, let's say that my name was spelled incorrectly on here for whatever reason. It's not, that's totally fine. But if you needed to, you can just pop in here and edit. Or let's say you wanted to add the DOI. Okay, you can easily just come in here and edit that. You can also add notes to it if you wanted to, and you'll be able to see those if you have the just do the drop down and it'll show you the notes that you have there. Let's say you wanted to note something specific, or you had, let's say you have one of the articles that you couldn't find the metadata for. Sometimes it's a scanned article, sometimes it's just not in there. You can add the citation as a tag here so that when you use it again, you have it. All right, so I hope this is helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. It's a great way to store and look through all the articles that you have, a great way to find things if you're writing a paper. So I highly recommend that everybody download this and use it. All right, it's free to download. So again, let me know if you have any questions.